Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Let's Talk. We are here today with the wonderful, beautiful gentleman, Tommy Parker. Tommy, say hello.
Hi. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful audience.
Yes, they are. They're real lively tonight.
Yep.
So Tommy is coming from the big city of where?
Las Vegas, good old
That's
Las
right,
Vegas.
Vegas, baby. Yeah, so Tommy's all the way from Vegas, and we did our photo shoot this morning.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. So before we go any further, let me go ahead and say his name again, Tommy Parker, because apparently I don't say the people's name enough. So Tommy Parker, and Tommy Parker's Instagram is
Mr. Tommy Parker.
that's mrtommyparker.
Yes.
Just like it sounds.
With an M and a Y. Yeah.
There you go. Good.
Look at that.
Yep. I will put it in the description of the video. I'm learning how to do video better, so I'm going to try and see if I can put it on the actual video itself. But if I don't, it is going to be in the info section. Also, on the info section, if you go to his Instagram, you'll find his link tree, and that'll link you to all his other extracurricular activities that we're going to talk about.
Yep. Extracurricular.
Yes, exactly. So, yes, Mr. Tommy Parker, everybody. All right, Mr.
Thank
Tommy
you.
Parker. I'm going to say your name a lot, and I'm trying not to say two words. Also, by the way, I'm trying to not to say two words during this podcast. So
He's banned by the commoners.
exactly, you guys have spoken, so I'm trying. I just said it. I'm trying to listen, and I'm not going to say two words. Try not to say two words while I'm here. Sorry. I'm Carlos Salazar. They call me Trey because that's my nickname. And I'm a photographer in Austin, Texas. And I shoot mostly men. I work for several underwear companies. And I also do some seminars and teach here in Austin. So that's my credentials. Treysphotostudio is the Instagram page. And that'll go to my link tree also, where I do also extracurricular activities.
Woo!
Yes. All right. So back to today. So today we shot some pictures.
Yeah.
How do you think it went?
Hence what I said. Awesome. Definitely. Yeah.
Good. What was your favorite set?
Oh, it's hard to decide. I think. Oh, I can't. We did. Can I just go over all of them? Why
Sure.
not?
Well, yeah.
Like
go for
basically,
Yeah.
like a football one and a cowboy hat one with a jock strap. And then what did we do? We did a jock strap, a different colored jock strap.
it. There was a theme apparently.
Yeah, there were themes that were kind of fitting.
We did the jock strap with the cow. We did the cowboy, then we did jock strap, and then we did the football, and then we did the white underwear.
And yes, so it's probably a tie between the white underwear with the unique pose and the what was it? It was the jean jacket with the other jock strap.
Oh, that's right, the jean
because
jacket.
I wouldn't I avoid wearing denim over top, but it looked awesome. So sometimes when you get on a set and people have clothing to throw at you, it can make a big difference.
Right.
Because I wouldn't wear that normally, but then I put it on and I was like, this is put together in an awesome way. Plus with the wrist straps, it was really cool.
Yeah, and also you were pretty greased up.
Yep.
Yeah,
In a good way.
Yeah, in a very good way. So was this your first kind of professional photo shoot, like as far as like photography, or have you done one before?
No, I've done a couple. But I have to say this was the best one. It was the smoothest.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most professional. Yeah.
Crazy. Well, good. Have you? So that the other photo shoots that you've done, were they also kind of on the more risque side, or were they more of like? They were.
Yeah, they were both like border. Like one was one showed nothing but my butt, and then the next two after that were full nude. So it's a combination. I think like all the photographers that did those pro photo shoots were, unless I'm forgetting one, I've done 3, were incredible. Actually, they were amazing. But it seems like the more I do them, the better I get too at getting used to just the
being right in front of the camera.
It's a pattern, yeah, and it's a pattern, right? Like,
yeah,
the poses repeat themselves after a while.
Right, and then
So.
you get to know your body a little bit better too.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you because we were going into going with photographers. Oh, so you do an OnlyFans?
Mm-hmm.
How's that going?
Pretty good. Better as of recent.
Good. Well, let's start with that, and then we'll go further back. You started OnlyFans how long ago?
Oh,
I know there's a little bit of a story.
And I'm happy to share it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I had one a while back that actually was smaller than the one I have now that I had for longer, and it was like 2 years ago, and like I didn't really put too much effort into it. And then after a while, because I was kind of concerned with wanting to climb the corporate ladder, I was kind of like afraid of the fact that I had one, and I wasn't like doing too many collabs or anything. So I was like, this isn't really making me that much money. So I deleted it, and I really regret deleting it because I had to re-upload. I still have content that I have yet to re-upload from the last time that I had deleted my OnlyFans.
Crap.
So, yeah. So I'm like, fuck. Well, hopefully you can bleep that out.
Yeah.
I deleted this.
Yeah.
But it's all good now. So now I have a new one that I've had for like 2 months that's already doing better, and it's partially because when you create an OnlyFans account, you really have to have a plan, right? And like if you don't have like maybe pro scenes in the adult film industry or something, like if you aren't like a music producer or creator or something that enables you to acquire fans, it's really difficult to grow a fan following, or unless you're big on social media. So when you create an account like that and you have none of the above going, once you start to get them going is when, like right now, what I'm dealing with, just the fact that it's just there's a lot of people that are subscribing. So
what was the catalyst for you wanting to start it again?
Oh man, like there's this author that I'm a huge fan of, and he would call it a fuck this event. And it's part of it is like every employer I've ever worked with has, in my opinion, like not paid me well enough, or I've been let go for some bullshit reason.
Right.
So it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm worried about my professional image because of having an OnlyFans, right? And being nude on the internet. And then it's kind of like, well, do I even care anymore about like having a normal job where someone can fire me because of the image associated with OnlyFans? No. So that's kind of what the apprehension around being a nude model really was at that point. It's like, because at a certain point, I believe like a lot of people in porn deal with this too. It's like you can copyright strike people all day, but it's not an easy endeavor to be copyright striking people nonstop. And I've heard about it too, where people enter the adult film industry and they wanna leave, or we'll call OnlyFans associated with the adult film industry, because technically you could have an OnlyFans and not ever get naked, right?
Right.
But I've seen people want to leave the adult film industry, and then they're hiring lawyers to go and like hunt down every single company. It's just a complete nightmare. So what I would say is, like, if anybody wants to do this, like, make sure you know that you want to do this and you're willing to take on that reputational risk. Because I don't personally think it should be a detriment to your reputation, because everyone has sex.
Yeah.
But
well, you're not doing.
Not everyone's gonna. Yes, precisely, and not everyone's gonna think that way, though.
Right.
That's my rant.
Well, no, that's true.
How about you? Seriously.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I mean,
Yeah.
When I started my OnlyFans, I started it because I wanted to showcase my work, and I kind of got scared a little bit because I didn't want the connotation of my work being on OnlyFans. Because I was scared that, oh well, people are gonna say, oh well, he just photographs sex, or he just photographs whatever, and then it's like, well, why the fuck do I care what people say? I'm making money. I'm a good guy. I'm not a jerk. I'm not doing it for wrong reasons.
And that's so important in the adult film industry, to just be a good person. I tweeted about that recently. Like, we're stigmatized all the time. So
for bullshit reasons.
Be a good person. It's like more important for you than it almost is for like a normal citizen.
Right. For real. So, doing your OnlyFans, do you have a girlfriend, a boyfriend? What are you? Gay, straight? What are you?
Straight. Okay, the crickets. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Basically a fiance. Yeah. Shout out to her because I would never do this shit if it wasn't for her either.
Okay.
Yeah, Sammy Parker. So I made my last name associated with her.
Awesome.
And yeah, we've been together for like 4 years. So.
And she's an OnlyFans model, also, correct?
Yep. So
We
live together in Vegas.
And she helped you get into the industry?
Yeah. I mean, there was a part of her that like didn't even care if I decided I wanted to do it or not. But like she definitely was accepting of it. But at the same time, it was like, I don't know. I figured like everything out on my own. Like with or without her, I probably still could have entered because like not to toot my own horn too much, but I'm pretty good looking, so I could have made it work on my own. But I mean, having a porn star girlfriend, like basically fiance, I got to get her a ring and all that stuff.
Yeah,
this will be on the internet. You know, it definitely helps. It definitely helps. But you know, there were other like women that were in porn that like thought I was hot like before her and stuff. So it wasn't really like impossible. It's just it's not easy being male talent, whether you're gay or straight.
Right. And that's what I was going to tell you too. So when I'm saying the word, when you got into OnlyFans, you have to kind of be a little bit aware of the fact that you have to be good looking. Like you're not just going to get in there and just anybody can just do it, right? Like
kind of. You'd be surprised. There are people that make it work with good marketing and business sense and.
Yeah, but you still have to have a little bit of charm. You know, I mean, you can't just go in there. And what do you think is your biggest draw? What do the fans like most about you?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know if a lot of the fans know me that well. It's usually like, I don't know. People, it really just depends. I think,
like what is the big
being charming definitely helps though as a personality sense. What is the big like if I had to narrow it down to one thing? I mean, people talk about like all aspects of my body. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, like if I had to name body parts, like arms, butt, like I probably chest, like abs, like all that stuff. I don't know.
And it's because of all this, you have to keep up on a kind of a routine, don't you? Like, I mean, I'm sure you're working out pretty much. A lot of the time. Yeah,
I try to work out 5 to 6 days a week, but if I get too busy or too tired, I don't make it, you know? And I follow a couple of different splits. I would say I'm pretty close to, like, an expert level bodybuilder. Like, I am pretty close to being able to step on stage, you know, being a non-enhanced athlete. Yeah. You know, a little bit of tweaking, and I could probably genuinely compete.
Yeah.
So
besides OnlyFans... what kind of other things are you trying to do? Like, is there anything else that you're kind of into that you're trying to make happen?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. And hopefully I don't get in trouble, like, you know, with OnlyFans, because, but, yep. I'm a licensed real estate agent. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I mean, if
anybody wants, what kind of real estate though?
I'm commercial oriented. But I'm part of a team that can easily handle residential, no problem. So yeah. So
if anybody needs a commercial place, you know where to look in Vegas.
Yeah, I could be your guy. Yeah. That's gonna be so funny, and then I'll know where it came from too if people hit me up through my Tommy account. So yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm like really passionate about, but. Like, if you want to talk about, like, my other interests, like, I could go on all day, right?
Right.
But that is kind of what I'm focused on because, like, my career outside of, like, adult stuff has always been kind of, like, sales-oriented. So, and I talk about this all the time. Like, I dropped out of medical school because I got into a crappy school because I partied too much, probably. And, you know, not to knock the school because, you know, people graduate from that school and become doctors and make a lot of money and help people.
Right.
You know? However... It's a lower tier school, if you will. I always refer to the school systems as having tiers for medical school. So I left, and then I kind of wanted to do like medical device sales, and I ended up finding myself in software, and then I gravitated towards like the technical selling. So that's kind of why I like commercial real estate too, because it's a little more technical than the residential. There's just a little bit more to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're talking a multifamily property with 80 to 100 units, it's different than
A 3-bedroom house with a
you
a
know,
pool.
a duplex. Yeah, or even a single. Yeah. So it kind of satisfies that itch of my scientist, if you will.
Yeah, the number game.
Yeah. So
Going back to OnlyFans
Mhm.
things. So when you, I said it again, when you and they're gonna get mad because I'm catching myself, and they're gonna say like, "Well, we know
Well,
you're
now you're
saying
saying
it.
I'm
Yeah,
too
now
much."
Yeah, exactly. I already know what's gonna fucking
it's
happen.
all right. It's all right.
Uh,
If you want to roast him, if you want to roast me, go ahead. But
for
make
it.
sure you comment, like, and subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Hate us in a paywall. So when you
Hate us
when you started doing OnlyFans, what's available on your OnlyFans page? Is it a subscription base? Is it free? How does it work?
So free. I did a subscription at first, but the issue is I still have to, like I said, I have a bunch of content. Like I have old content I still have to upload. I have stuff I have to edit. I gotta, work on, helping, like getting the team organized too, to like get an editor going and pay them as well to get caught up. And then, so did I answer your question?
Just if you. So what's available? What's available on
so
your?
that's why it's subscription free.
Right.
So it's a mix of solos and boy girl collabs as of right now. Will that change, and will I do more creative solos and stuff, as well as more collabs that are more than just purely boy girl?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Right.
As of right now, that's basically all it is.
Do you do any type of like custom type stuff?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So give me
I
something.
need to do a better job at managing that side of things.
Give me a good kind of a custom that you were like, okay, I guess I'll do it. Anything out of the ordinary?
Oh, all the time. I mean, anything. If you could think of it, someone wants me to do it, because I'm not just on OnlyFans. On ChatterBait too. I interact with even more people probably than OnlyFans. So like, if you could think of it, I've been asked to do it. Almost everything. Like, there's so many things. Like, there's food stuff, but I mean, I probably have been asked to do that. So it just depends. Like,
what do you have? Do you have a threshold
for what I will do and what I won't?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But
no price. No price is high enough.
Everybody has a price.
That's
That's
what
they say. I don't know who says that, but it
That's
really
what
does.
I say.
It really does depend.
Like $5. Let's do it.
Yep. $69 and I'll do anything.
Yeah, I'm in it. Let's do it.
No, but it really does depend. Like I talk to a lot of other creators all the time, right? So it's like somebody else was doing like food stuff, and like some people really like doing food stuff, but to me it's like that's like a lot of work. Like, you want me to go buy a pie and all that stuff, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, but if somebody has a request and they are willing to pay for it at a reasonable rate, like, I'm pretty much all for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty open-minded. There still are some things that I won't do, but like,
yeah,
I gotta,
ease into it, relax.
Yeah.
Just breathe. All right. So, speaking of that, I was going to go into.
Did I deflect from answering your actual question of like what people have asked me to do? I mean,
yeah. We get it.
Everything.
You can't really go. I mean, if you, when you say
It's
everything, we
YouTube.
pretty much.
Yeah.
We pretty much know that means pretty much everything. Okay. Well, that. I mean, you obviously do know. And we talked about this earlier. That your fan base is pretty much either gay males or a couple of females.
The occasional straight female,
Yeah.
or
straight
bisexual
male.
female,
Yeah.
or bisexual male,
yeah,
yeah,
but mostly men.
Yep, 90%
Yeah.
or more. Mm-hmm.
How does that make you does that make you rethink things? I mean, because I know you're not from like a traditional.
I'm from a traditional.
Yeah, exactly.
Household.
Yeah. So how does that make you? Does that have any effect on what you do, what you don't do, sort of thing?
So I was like, kind of. Okay. So I'll say kind of what I said recently. Like I was being a biologist, like I was kind of shocked at like how much like the way things really truly are.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's 95% of the people that spend money on various sites on me are probably gay or bisexual men.
Right.
And that's normal for anyone in this industry. Like that's very normal. A lot of straight men do buy my collabs and they do like seeing the girls and stuff. However, I don't mind. Like I said, I'm straight, but I don't mind catering to a gay audience because it's like I still enjoy myself, and I've met mostly online though some really cool people doing it. So
Right.
it's awesome.
What's your experience growing up? Like, did you have any gay friends? Did you have any people that were in your life that kind of helped kind of give you that? I mean, I know you're very analytical and you're have that scientist type of brain where you know what's up, but like when you were growing up, because I know right now you're like probably you're 23, 22 years old, and
yeah, let's go with that.
So, have you had any people in your life that you're close to, or that you were close to that were gay?
Yeah, but more so as I got older, because I wasn't really. It was kind of like I had like there were more gay guys that I guess I thought were cool as I got older, like in my 20s. And I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because they were like also scientists, or like I found them to be like very smart or something, and then I connected with them like through like similar interests. And that was kind of like where I was like, it was the same thing. Like people judge books by their cover, right? Like I used to judge people in sex work all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't just presume that people in sex work are like all like uneducated, like dumb losers, because it's just not true. It's like the more you get into it, like it couldn't even be farther from the truth. So many people in sex work are like actually married, have children, and from the outside looking in, you wouldn't realize it.
Right.
Yeah, or you wouldn't make that assumption.
Right.
I wouldn't have before I got involved.
Right. And so that's how you feel about gay. Handling the gay audience and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like the gay audience, it's just, the gay and bisexual audience is kind of what it is, and catering to it has helped me out in a myriad of different ways. And, I hope I help out the gay audience too. So.
Yeah. All right, so
and the bisexual audience. Yeah.
We're going to segue for that, because
I like helping out.
I know, well, yeah, I mean... Well, we're gonna go over some vocabulary words here and see if you know what they mean.
Uh-oh.
I want to test your gay knowledge. Okay. So today we're doing some pictures, and I asked you if you knew what gooning was.
I thought I did, but apparently I didn't.
When I said what gooning is, what did you say? What did you think? What was your first initial thought?
I thought it was similar to edging, which was like.
Edging.
Being on the edge of having an orgasm.
Right. But gooning actually
is like the face you make when you're having an orgasm.
So with that being said, what is your gooning face?
No, are you doing this to me? There you go. That's it. That's all you get.
That's all I get.
That wasn't even a full second. That was for now.
For now. Don't worry. You guys have to subscribe to either him or me or both of us, because we are gonna.
You better subscribe to both.
Yeah, because we're gonna.
That was coercion. Coercion. That's illegal. Anyway,
we're gonna have some pictures of some fun pictures. Okay, so another word that you didn't know about is poppers.
That's why I was laughing, because we were talking about this earlier in the car.
So when I said poppers, what was your first?
I didn't know that it. So does it like I still need to figure out the scientific name here. Like, does it relax your smooth muscle cells to open up your
butthole muscles,
your sphincters, your holes? Does it open up your holes?
Yes. So. Yes, we were on the phone with my brother, and he was explaining to to Tommy what poppers were, and but
I got a popper lesson.
Yeah,
They're from VHS tapes.
yes, that's what it used to be. VHS cleaner,
The cleaner.
the cleaner. There's a scientific, it's obviously a scientific chemical.
Okay.
But we'll have to look that up so that way. I don't know what that is. That's a little past my, I just know poppers.
Right.
Yeah.
And it apparently it makes it hard to be erect, so it's like good if you're bottom.
Right.
You consume poppers.
Right. And you can't have it when you take in any type of boner pill. You can't do poppers. So you have to be careful. You got it. All right.
My boner pills are right there.
Yeah, no boner pill.
Okay.
Going back
Good,
to
now I know. I'm going to go home. Where are the poppers? I run through the house as soon as I get home. I want to try them.
Do you know what let's see, what's another good sexual, do you know what a glory hole is? Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever partaken in one?
No. Because you can't see all the goods I got if I'm in the glory hole.
Oh,
no,
that is true.
It's like...
It's not your thing.
Well, you want me to talk more about it? I'll talk more about it. So basically, if you're going to do a glory hole scene in the adult film industry, no one knows that it's you, and then you have to get tested, which costs money, and I always do a full panel, which is expensive. So then with a glory hole scene, they're not going to pay you that much, and you're completely anonymous. With the glory hole scene, there's no way they're going to pay you that much, so it's like you're going to be nearly breaking even. So it's kind of like you're paying to experience it and be anonymous still, which like it just doesn't benefit you that much. It's like, I mean, like I said, it's probably fun, but
yeah, very fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to kind of go back. I want to kind of go to where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
What's a cool, something cool that you've experienced in your life that you know that probably nobody else has?
Oh, from where I'm from?
From anything in your past, like when you were growing up, or
the first thing I thought about when you said that was where I'm from, and like I'm from upstate New York, so like going hiking out in the Adirondacks, some of those experiences are just like incredible, especially like in the summertime when it's actually warm in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Like finding swimming holes like they're not technically hidden, but you're going out where there's no service in the mountains, and those mountains are incredible. So doing that, and then, but these are things that people have experienced. So telling me like what's something that no one has experienced.
Well, what do you think? Well,
there's 7 billion people.
Right. Well, I was just saying earlier today we were talking about how because I asked you if you had siblings or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And
none.
Yeah, and I was like, well, what do you mean you don't have any siblings?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I was only child.
Yeah. You want me to talk more about that?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, it was adopted with a closed adoption in upstate New York.
And did that happen when you were like born, or was
like I was adopted, and like I went immediately into foster care, and then was adopted through Catholic Charities.
Nice.
So
but I mean, it didn't change really anything because that was your family. I mean, you don't know anything. You don't know anything different.
Oh, I wasn't even able to comprehend what had really happened until I was probably young adolescent. Really, yeah. I mean, my parents told me, thank goodness, because I look like my parents. So
it never really was like
they could have waited till I was 17 and told me they were my genetic parents. That's how much I looked like them. Like I'm the same height as my father, like exactly. Uh-huh. My mother's hair color is the same color as mine. I could have passed for their child.
Yeah.
Like no one would have even known.
Right.
So yeah, and then
what was the catalyst of you finding that out? Like
they just told me.
They just
when
told
I was
you.
Like 4, and I didn't understand it.
Still at that age.
Yeah. So they were like, okay, we'll tell him.
Do you think that I feel like that's a good thing though? I mean,
yeah. I wish the records were just open though. I don't know why they like cover that up, because it's like, as a scientist, like I'm saying, like my genetic history lies within my family tree.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're doing genetic analysis on your predisposition to disease, you should know your family history.
Right.
It's like, I don't even know why the fuck that was legal, to be
Right.
honest, that it was closed. It shouldn't be closed. It should be.
And I don't
Yeah.
know anything about any
Yeah.
of that stuff, but like, is there for some reason I feel like there isn't there like a where there's like a statute of limitations where, you know, after X amount of years and the record's open, or is it just closed, like, period?
You can request them after a certain amount of time, and then when I requested them, I only got information on my mother, so I had to use Ancestry.com
to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's how I figured it all out. And then I was just talking about we were talking about poppers and Cher, and my father ended up in Vegas as a roadie for Sonny and Cher, the musicians. Like they're really old school. A lot of the people on here probably won't even know who they are. No, some of them will.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
we're not that old. I mean, we're not
Well, if
all
you're
in our
old, you're
we're
probably
not in
more
our
apt to know who
we're
they
not in our
were.
early 20s like you. Okay.
Yep, 22 going on 31.
Dang. I remember those days.
Yeah.
But how did that does that give you a little bit of an extra drive though? You know, just kind of knowing where you came from, like you're like, okay, you know, I can do whatever the hell I want. Like, I don't know.
I kind of always knew that though, because like,
I mean, you're a very driven person.
I'm driven, and like I always knew that, like, you know, like everyone goes through a mix of being driven and being lazy. Like I like how people say like there's seasons to your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm in a season of go, because I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that way. It like satisfies my ADHD brain, you know? But I kind of was really confident though that I could do a lot of different things. I always felt that I was like good at almost everything, like from sports to art. Art was like the only thing that I feel like in high school I was like terrible at. Like I just don't have the patience to get good at it. Like I could sketch. That was about it.
Yeah.
And then but other than that, like I was pretty good at everything.
Well, let's
the difference is
talk
being
about that when
phenomenally great at a few things.
Right.
That's where, you know, the money is.
Well, when you were
in
younger
life.
in high school, were you a very athletic guy? Were you
Yeah.
involved in sports? What was your go to? What was your favorite?
My favorite sport was wrestling, definitely. Yeah. So
Were you pretty good at it?
yeah, I was pretty good. I wasn't like
Well, yeah.
insanely good, but I was better than most by far.
What did you like about it? What was your
This is maybe a fault, but I liked the fact that there were no politics. There were politics involved still. Yeah. Every sport has politics involved, but there were no politics as far as like who's better than whom, because you wrestle off and whoever wins gets to be on the starting lineup, basically. So it takes a lot of that out of it, but like being a part of a team on a team sport, I played football too, but one of the problems with football, you know, North American football, is just the head injuries are ridiculous. They can be quite ridiculous. Yeah. So it was really fun, but, you know, I definitely racked up a couple concussions doing that, and I didn't think I was going to, I don't know. I didn't think football was going to be something I wanted to do in college because of the combination of the danger, how dangerous that sport truly is, and just the fact that they're, you know, I'm like 6 feet tall, like 175, and then there are people that are, you know, 40, 50, 60 pounds more than me, 3 inches more of height, and they're, you know, they can jump just as far, they're just as flexible, and they're stronger and faster than me.
Yeah.
So it's like, am I going to take this to the level of the NFL? And then, given the injury issue, would I even want to? Mm-hmm. No. But wrestling, could I see myself doing that? Did the injuries in wrestling not really seem that bad? Yeah, I mean, they didn't seem that bad. They can be bad, but for the most part, I mean, you're on a mat. And if you are making, like, head-to-head contact with somebody in wrestling, like, you are making a serious critical error.
Yeah. I was going to tell you that there was this guy that I shoot a lot of, and he was a wrestler, and he turned it into, like, he does wrestling videos for other men, and it's not even like sexual or anything. They just do wrestling videos,
Yeah.
and they make so much money.
Really?
Wrestling.
So it's like softcore stuff, right?
But it's not sexual though. It's just guys wrestling. But I think the actual
You have to show me that sometime. That's interesting.
yeah, it's just the act of wrestling that people like that man on man contact,
In the tight
in those
singlet.
tight singlets.
Yeah, the tight shiny singlets.
Yes.
I know there are some girls that like that too. That's for sure.
You know what? I have some wrestling outfits too. We should do that. We should do that
Yeah,
tomorrow.
if you want
in the
to.
morning.
Yeah,
We've got
why
a lot
not?
of stuff to do tomorrow morning before you leave.
You know what I'm thinking about.
I know what
We're
you're
gonna get
thinking.
real interesting tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Real
It's
interesting.
gonna be a lot of fun.
I'll drink to that.
So any other places that you've been? Where have you been anywhere out of the country besides like the North American side?
Not enough, so that'll change. However, I
Where do
just
you-
wanted to say too.
Go ahead.
I do have like a couple of like wrestling, like mixed wrestling. It's male female coming up, but but that'll be interesting. So and I do want to see that. So anyway, to answer your question,
Yeah.
outside of the U.S., I've only been to Canada.
Where do you want to go? What's your dream vacation?
So I
or
studied,
dream place to
I
go?
studied Spanish, para 6 años, 6 years.
Nice.
So I want to do Mexico. I want to do some of the Caribbean islands. There's an island off the coast of LA that I like need to do soon. I think I want to say Catalina. Am I right? I don't
Catalina.
know. Catalina?
Yes.
And it's technically in America still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do that soon. So that's technically still in America. Vancouver, I want to do. I need to figure out like have you been outside of the U.S. a lot or?
Mm-hmm.
How do you get over the language barrier? What's the best way? What are the best ways to manage getting over the language barrier?
So
This
when I
sounds
was-
like a wiki how.
Yeah, but no. But when I was in Thailand, I had to take a almost like they're called tut-tuts. I had to take one of those tut-tut things to my friend's house or whatever, and he wanted me to stop and get something, and so I had the Google Translate app on me, and so whenever he asked me, I was like, "Crap! How the hell am I supposed to tell this guy where to go next?" So I would talk on the app, and then I would have him. It would translate it in
Okay.
in Thai
Mhm.
to what it said. But do you know that they make these things now? They're
You can
like
use Siri to do that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
where you can have them wear an earpiece and it'll translate immediately to them what you're saying. Isn't that crazy?
I think they successfully installed Neuralink in someone.
That's crazy to me.
Yep, and he can literally they did it on a willing test participant. I think he was paraplegic or something like that. Don't quote me on this, please.
Right.
Look it up yourself. And he was able to like play video games with his eyes.
Stop it.
I'm serious. Like in the future of Apple technology is being able to do that. Like you can actually move your iPhone and iPad and everything with your eyes. Like they're working on that right now.
But what if you're gooning and you're looking at your iPad at the same time and then you're like
Now I'm seriously thinking about that. You better not look away. You're gonna ruin your porn
yeah.
that you're watching while you're gooning. You look up and then you'll scroll to the left.
Yeah, then
You'll
it's
scroll
done.
you'll scroll to the. You'll turn your video off.
Ruin the moment.
All
All right, so Mexico's where you kind of really want to go, which would be fun. Have you ever been on a cruise?
Tokyo. I gotta go to Tokyo
Yeah.
before I die too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's like, isn't it the biggest city in the world?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go to the biggest city in the world before I die. Are you fucking
Japan.
kidding me?
I flew through Japan. Japan is the cleanest country in the world. It is so, and everybody is so like, it's just weird. It's everything's so proper and just like it's not American. Like
You know what I hear? That's interesting. I hear that I'm gonna say it. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. I hear they're more racist there, like even than in America.
Well, yeah, because they're very to other Asian people. Like
Even
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's all. I mean, again, don't quote me on this, and I'm not Asian, so I probably shouldn't say it. But I feel like a lot of Asian people that I talk to, they're very territorial about who they are, who the people that they hang out with.
Yeah, like they choose to be like that.
Yeah.
Do you think China's like that too?
China's just so big. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm.
I
Same
feel
thing
like
with Tokyo.
it's
There's mixes
more,
of people in every city.
Yeah.
There has to be.
I just feel like
Otherwise
it's more
it'd be-
Japan though, because Japan's an island, right? So it's not like they're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
like people all the time.
Yeah, and like so much.
Have you
like,
ever been
good
on a cruise?
Technology comes from Japan too.
Have you been on a cruise?
No.
Would you go on a cruise?
Yeah.
You would?
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
Right
I
now.
don't.
I'm just kidding.
Let's do it. Okay, now let's.
How about you?
No, I don't want to go on a cruise.
You've
I don't
never
think So. No, I don't. I've never even wanted to. I don't like being in confined spaces. Like I feel like I would be like I'd have anxiety because I wouldn't be able to leave. Like I'm on that boat. You know what I mean? Even though it's huge, I think I would be like, fuck, I can't go nowhere. Or something happened. I don't know. It freaks me out.
Like on the Titanic, when what do they say? Women and children first, and then
Yeah.
we get to die.
Exactly. I don't.
Wow.
I'm not about that
Send in
life.
the rescue helicopter that's too slow, and then we're all dead by then.
Pretty
eaten by
much.
sharks and,
Not about that
and
life.
giant squids. Do you think they would eat humans?
I think so. I think if they're hungry enough, they will.
They're probably
Listen.
too deep in the water. All right. Anyway.
Have you worked for any actual studio companies?
Mhm.
And how did that go?
Every single time, just about went overall great.
Great. Have you done any type of like scene yet that you're uncomfortable with, but then when you do it, you're like, all right, this is cool. I can do this.
All of them.
All of them?
All
Really?
of them. Yeah.
What's your
the most uncomfortable one?
Uh-huh.
Shall I?
Talk about it.
It was a 10-man blow bang for Brazzers. That was by far the hardest scene I've ever done because there's a lot of other men.
Yeah, just everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, and
one girl.
yeah, and it's not doing stuff like that. I'll tell you, is not for the faint of heart because it's just not. It's not easy to show up and perform for something like that. And then like in porn in general, like I think a lot of people idolize it, and it's like I don't think you realize like how much I would rather just be having sex without a camera in my face.
Right.
Like I'm not sure you understand that. Like don't get me wrong, I don't really mind it. It's something you get over.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that big of a deal, but also like when someone is literally like you're like with another shoot that I did, like I was having sex, and then the cameraman is literally holding the DSLR, you know, the big camera, like right over my head behind me as I'm having sex, and it's like to be able to concentrate in these difficult environments
Mm-hmm.
and shoot. It's like sometimes you will literally be like I remember there's one set that I heard about, and like the dude was stuck on set for like 8 hours. He's like, I literally just want to jack off, like go home and jack off. Like I want to go home and masturbate. Like I don't want to do this.
Right.
And it's like I hear you, man, because
How
it's not always easy. It's really a fun job, but you got to be very open minded and your mental and your overall health, I think, have to be in line very well for you to be able to like maintain an erection, like all of that stuff, and not get stage fright. It's more of a mind game than anything.
that scene that you're talking about, that 10-person scene,
Mhm.
how long did that take to film?
Like 4 or 5 hours, but I mean,
Well, yeah.
they were awesome though. Like the director, everyone was just. There was people cracking jokes. Like I probably would have cracked it truly and hung out with all those people anyway. Like,
Right.
So it was awesome. Like I have no complaints. So it was like 5 hours, I think, 5 to 6 hours
Okay.
on set. You know, makeup was getting done, like lots of photos, all that stuff. You know, getting the set ready,
Has
making sure
this-
people know their lines, all that shit.
Has this scene been released yet or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Because I was gonna say I feel like a lot of that you get a lot of what's it called? People
Subscribers?
finding you. People
Mhm.
finding you from that. Have you-
Not as much with a 10-man blow bang because the focus is on the hot girl.
well, you'd
But,
be surprised how
yeah.
many gay guys are watching that. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, lots of gay guys still watch straight porn too.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll get something from it.
Uh-huh.
Who? So that was Brazzers. What other companies have you worked for?
So I had a different alias, Jack, and that was my first scene ever. I shot with Jack Foot Fetish.
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't even put that down because it was like a longer time ago. Like that was my first thing ever. It was softcore gay, like with a foot obsession. And there's a lot of fans that figure out that that's who I was, and then they like find the old videos, like maybe they paid for those, and then they want like feet stuff, and I'm like, I don't care,
Yeah,
you know.
I got good feet.
Yeah, I got good feet. I get pedicures and stuff every once in a while. So I got good feet. Yeah, I'll say that. I'll put that in my OnlyFans. Post that on my wall. I got good feet.
Good feet.
So hit me up. I got good feet.
Oops.
Yeah, you see my feet straight up in the air after that. And
That's
maybe
right.
that thing falling down. Anyway,
Yeah.
Back to what you're actually asking me. What were you asking me?
Other
Other
companies.
Bang Bros recently. That was fucking awesome.
What was that scene?
Bang Bros was with Sammy Parker. That was awesome. So
Okay.
that'll be released soon. The producer for them was hilarious. It was awesome.
And then you said what was the other? Oh, CM Fuck.
CM Fuck. Yep. So and then I got more in the pipeline. That's like more of a sales term, but
Yeah.
more to come.
So
Yeah.
no pun intended.
Pun intended. Yeah.
But all these you just recently done, so not, a lot of this stuff isn't out yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if you do want to see stuff that's recent, you can go to his OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And you can see the stuff on there.
There's stuff on his too.
Yeah, there's stuff on mine too. Yeah, we will be doing more stuff tomorrow morning because he does leave tomorrow. He was only here for a fast 48 hours, which is cool. We're both kind of exhausted from today, so
Yeah.
it was a lot. Well,
this is easier though because we get to sit in our butts and
just
chat, which is like one of my favorite things to do is sit in my butt and chat. So
yeah, he's a talker.
yeah,
but it's good. No, it's good.
Yeah. So
well, I want to thank you for being here. We're gonna talk. He's gonna come back again, hopefully soon. After the summer, he can come back and we'll do like a little Halloween shoot or something.
Or maybe outdoor easy.
Yeah, outdoor when it's not 120 degrees outside.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
It would be awesome. But I want to thank you for coming and thank you for talking to us about everything. If you guys would please go follow his socials. If you want to see more of him, he does have an OnlyFans. He does other extracurricular activities also that you'll see on his link tree. So if you're interested in that, go check that out also. I'll be working on the pictures. We should be releasing some pictures pretty soon, and you'll see them on my wall and you'll see them on his. But if you ever need anything extra, please feel free and reach out to old Tommy here.
Yeah, and then I'll try and kind of do the same. You definitely deserve some referrals and stuff from other male creators to come see you. So.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Well, on that note, thank you very much, and we will talk to you guys later. Gator. Bye.
Bye.